Good evening, class. Pastor Ellery here. I will be discussing the lecture given by Frank Brazil concerning socialism and communism. Uh, Frank brought out some very interesting points concerning this lecture, and the questions that were asked in our questionnaire was, what do you understand to be the difference between the two philosophies? Well, socialism, political, social, and economic philosophy, encompasses a range of economic and social systems characterized by social ownership of means of production as opposed to the private ownership started in the 19th century. Communism is a political theory derived from Karl Marx, advocates class war and leading to a society in which all property is publicly owned and each person works and is paid according to their ability and needs. A type of government as well as an economic system, a way of creating and starting wealth. No one owns land, factories, or machinery. Instead, the government and the whole community owns it, and all the wealth is shared. He talked about how things were done and how people were treated unfair and how inequality was among men. He elaborated on how they divided up everything in different parts and different sections. But it looks like the lesser or the less fortunate were the ones that were paying the taxes, and the ones that had the power were getting all the gain. And he emphasizes the fact that between these two philosophies, they both fail to characterize the sin of man. The sin of man being, you might well say, greed and not caring for the less fortunate. It was all about, them getting what they could get. That's why these two philosophies, these two systems came into play to try to equal out the not being equally given and treated fair when it came to these two systems. We know that the Bible says that sin will be the cause of man destroying himself, and not evaluating the degree of men concerning communism and socialism. It just took another plateau. Both are essential in economic philosophy, advocating public rather than private ownership, especially of the means of product distribution. They are similar in a lot of ways, but they're different. Both aim to fix that problem that was created by the free market of capitalism. Karl Marx looked at the father of communism. Socialism grew in need of industrial revolution called the struggle of the workers. Factory owners got richer while the workers grew poor. He also talked about the three powers. Clergy was the immense power, nobility was the civil authority, and the commoners were the one that paid 98% of the taxes. And relating back to the Bible, I know there's a story in the Bible that they were out in the field, and they were where the rich came, and they would get all the crops, and they would not leave any for the less fortunate. But then it was told for them to just leave some for the less fortunate so they would be able to have some. And what I get out of this lecture is that we cannot let greed and sin cause us to forget our fellow man. We should always take in consideration the less fortunate, and everybody should be treated equal in every sense. So unequal equality still goes on in the world today, and at some point in time, this must be able to be controlled. I hope I have said something in this lecture that will be helpful and meaningful to you. Thank you.